YouTubers Mini here, and just before the video starts, I just want to thank you guys honestly so much for 1 million subscribers.
2 million subs! Guys! What?
For 3 million subscribers that I hit again, thank you guys honestly so much. It's ridiculous.
5 million subs. It's a number that just doesn't make sense anymore. The fact that I'm halfway to the best YouTube goal that you can achieve, which is a 10 million sub plaque, blows my mind.
This video has been a long time coming, and this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, but 2020 has been an awful year for everybody, and I want to go into next year knowing that I have said my piece. I've told you guys exactly what's going on. As my fans, you guys deserve to know what's going on, and I hope this video helps you understand everything better, and I want to apologize for the things that I've done.
It has been over a decade, and the internet still can't escape the clutches of one of the most controversial YouTubers of all time. Former Vanoss crew member, Miniladd. Miniladd to this day has a YouTube channel with over 4.4 million subscribers that he can return to whenever he feels like it. Most YouTubers who are exposed as PDF files will completely abandon their channels or just delete them altogether. But Miniladd refuses to do this. After being exposed for using his platform and fame to speak to underage girls and send them pics of his Miniladd, Craig Thompson, aka Miniladd, has made several attempts to return to the internet like nothing ever happened. I guess he hopes that everyone will just magically forget the times he targeted minors. Every so often, Craig comes back for a few months, posting meme streams, and tries to convince us to uncancel him. In today's video, we will cover why Miniladd will never be forgiven, and it's entirely his own fault. Of course, the most important opinion of Miniladd is the opinion of his victims. Here is what Hallie, a victim of Craig, had to say about Craig calling all of his terrible actions just a drama that happened.
I have spent half of my 20s trying to come back from a drama that happened. Okay, let's be honest.
Hallie commented these next comments on Cluster's video titled Miniladd's Pathetic Return from February 15th, 2024. Hi there, just woke up and saw your upload in my subscriptions, so I figured why not watch it, right? It is my situation anyways. Anywho, I was completely unaware he last referred to his crimes as drama, but I am not surprised at all. Also, I'm not a mind reader, but as someone who knew him, I can almost guarantee confidently that he wanted to keep reviving his channel for 4 reasons. 1, money. 2, he felt special. He's a narcissist who loved the attention and, in his eyes, fame. He clearly really wanted that special feeling back of having little kids bow down to him. 3, he genuinely thought people would start forgetting. 4, he has actively looked through his followers to see which are hot and talks to them. Ash mentioned this. He followed her purely for her looks and knowing he could use his status to get what he wants, considering she was a fan. He misses having attention from these young women. He dated a fan a while back named Dawn. I was friends with her before they dated. He saw my friend group, was talking to her, saw how beautiful she was, and followed her almost instantly once he found out her existence. Modded her too on Twitch and started actively talking to her. Of course, as you guessed it, she was a massive fan of his. Their relationship didn't work out and Craig fought hard for her back, constantly coming to me on how to get her back, manipulating me to do him favors for his plans with her, asking for information and telling me specific things he wanted me to tell her to make him sound better. The dude is deranged. Dawn wasn't treated good in the relationship at all, nor was his ex Ash, different Ash, and nor was his ex Sammy. What a pattern. Unfortunately, I'm not fully healed. His voice still lingers here and there when it comes to taking his own life if I didn't stay silent. But I am trying to come to terms with the fact that I am not responsible for someone else's selfish choice. If he decides to go through with it, that isn't on my 16-year-old self. But thank you so much for your kind words of support. I still get a lot of nasty comments. One just recently I read saying that I should be grateful he didn't R-word me, and also that he has the power to hire someone to murder me, which was already something that drove me mad. The concern I had for my family was heart-wrenching. I understand things could have been worse, but no matter how you look at it, he is under the criteria of evil, and what he did was unacceptable. Evil is evil. No evil act should be compared to what's worse than the other. It bugs me to see that some people are saying to leave it in the past. People can change. I don't think a pedo changes, and that's not up for you to decide to leave in the past. So yeah, no way I'm going to be quiet. Then someone asked Hallie if she feels any partial guilt for the situation, and she replied, of course, he most definitely wasn't the only one in the wrong. However, he was the one who knew what he was doing was wrong. I was manipulated and young, so my mindset wasn't mature enough to understand fully what he was doing to me. It wasn't until years later I spoke to friends and they immediately told me that what I went through was extremely wrong. A lot of victims don't know they're victims until it's too late, unfortunately. However, I'm not gonna sit here and lie acting like I wasn't aware of some of the shitty things I did for him. For example, I could tell through instinct something was wrong with the way he was talking to me and others, but I really liked having someone I idolized as a friend, especially when I had a crush on him. It made me feel special in a way too, but I can't blame myself for what I did, cause at least I can admit my wrongs unlike him. And because of all that, I learned a lot. Some awful experiences can be beneficial in the long run if you make it count. But people can sit here and say that I was 16 and should have known better, but that's not the case for every 16-year-old. Not to mention, a 16-year-old who was infatuated with you is pretty easy to manipulate. The same person wrote, who knows how many years he would keep getting away with his vile actions if you didn't speak up. And they told Hallie she's a hero for speaking out. She replied, that's extremely kind of you. It makes all of it worth it truly. I can't let him hurt anyone else and need others to study his behavior closely so they know when someone else could be similar to him in their life. I also just don't want women, men, anyone to be afraid of speaking out against their abusers. I may have lost to a certain degree, but I for sure won more by being brave for myself and others. Then someone started attacking Hallie in the comments. They deleted their original comments, but from what I can gather, they were a victim of grooming too, but defended Miniladd and said Hallie should move on. They also said, murderers move on, why shouldn't Miniladd? Which, pretty weird. Hallie replied to them saying, alright, since you're not getting it, I'll explain it to you like you're 5. I don't want him to hurt anyone else because he's a bad man. Bad man doesn't deserve the platform he used to abuse and groom children. Bad man shouldn't have the ability to come back whenever he wants after what he has done because he has broken that trust. When a bad man murders someone, you're right, they move on because bad man doesn't care. Bad man Craig doesn't care what he has done, and I would like to protect and spread awareness of his bad behavior. As a person who is actually involved in the situation, I have a say whenever and wherever I want. He tried running away and has deleted his apology videos. So tell me, friend, why should I be okay with that? Considering he is still covering his tracks and still has tried to claim that his crime is drama. I'm sorry for what happened to you, but you need to respect how a victim handles their own situation. Of course, I'm chasing for attention because I want people to hear my voice and hear what I have to say without having people like you bury me for him. Despicable response, and I hope you heal from your trauma. It's pretty annoying that some of these brain-dead users were calling Hallie a clout chaser for taking down a pedo YouTube titan. If that's your definition of clout chaser, you have some serious thinking to do. Craig clearly does not deserve a platform after what he did. He built his platform by getting a young fan base and used that power to target minors. He shouldn't be able to just come back to that audience whenever he wants to. But every so often he tries to make a big comeback in hopes that his past will be swept under the rug. The creepy thing is that anytime Craig feels like returning to YouTube, he can come back and make content for young kids who have no idea what he's done in the past. Craig hasn't posted since last October, but in his final videos, he made it clear he will be back in the future, even though no one, except a few weird, diehard Miniladd fans, want him back. A couple of days ago, I asked you guys on my community tab if we still hate Miniladd. The answer was a clear resounding yes. Here's what you guys had to say about Craig. He showed teen girls his Miniladd, if you catch my drift. Yes, we still hate him. Choosing no means you need to be closely watched. Who the F voted no? Diddy, Jay-Z, and Epstein? Didn't he also try to use him being depressed and feeling lonely as an excuse? I'm depressed and a bit lonely, but I never wanted to be with a minor. I do, 75 to 80%, because he sent his Miniladd to multiple minors. And the other 20 to 25% because he is no longer funny. Believe it or not, there are some fanboys that defend him to this day, saying he got help and such, when no evidence was even given. Went to unsubscribe once I finally caught wind that he likes Miniladds and saw multiple people in the comments that looked like they had Stockholm Syndrome with the amount of cope they had for acting so high and mighty despite defending someone like that. When you do something like what he did, it's really hard to come back from that, unless you have the most hive-minded fans ever. I check out his channel every so often, and I am always so happy that Pablo has not uploaded a video in over a year. In Craig's last Instagram post, he said he wants to get back into posting more content in the future. Miniladd's final Instagram post from December 30th, 2023 says he will be back uploading in 2024. But as of today, he is still nowhere to be found, thankfully, and I want him to keep that way. But sadly, I'm sure he'll stick to his guns and come back to content creation sometime in the future. Whenever Craig has tried to return, he's gotten dislike bombed on all of his videos for obvious reasons. Weirdly, Craig still does have diehard fans who forgive him and want him to come back, but 99% of people never want to see him on the platform ever again. I've covered all the Miniladd allegations in 2 previous videos, and most of you have probably already seen those. For those who don't know what happened, Miniladd basically abused his fame and power to get close to underage fans, showed them his Miniladd, played the victim, blamed his actions on depression, deleted his apology videos, and somehow, to this day, thinks he did nothing wrong. Miniladd has shown a terrible case of victim mentality after being cancelled for sending inappropriate text messages to minors and threatening his victims to keep silent. Instead of bowing out gracefully and taking the L, Craig demands to keep his spot on the YouTube platform. I'm sure Craig will return from his hiatus for the 3rd time any day now because he clearly just refuses to give up. So let's get into why Miniladd is still one of the most hated YouTubers of all time, even in 2024, and why everyone refuses to forgive him up until this day. Obviously, the things Craig was canceled for are not going to be easily forgiven. But along with these terrible actions, Craig's horrible behavior and inability to stop playing the victim are 2 other huge reasons why everyone still hates him to this day. First off, it was pretty terrible that Craig redacted his initial apology by deleting his My Apology video. Then, on October 16th, 2021, he uploaded his meme stream titled, "It's Good to See You." This was an attempt to return to YouTube like nothing ever happened. In the meme stream, Craig refuses to mention any allegations or controversies he is involved in. He talks about how he's exercising more and has started therapy, and is the happiest he's ever been in his life. Craig is extremely vague about why he was canceled and just refers to it all as what has been going on.
Here's the thing. As you guys may have noticed, I've been gone for a while. My life decided to take a little bit of a twist. Last December, as you guys know, I put up my apology. I went silent. I went dark on everything. I didn't have Twitter. I didn't have Instagram. I deleted everything off my phone. I just wanted to focus on me. Because for me, I'm aware that everything in my life that's happened up to this moment is my fault. So I knew that if I was gonna work on me and if I wanted to come back to this, I wanted to come back to entertaining, I wanted to come back to everything, I knew I needed to work on me, right? I lost friends over this. I lost fans over this. Last September, I moved to Texas. I went back to Northern Ireland for a few weeks, then came back, and then I moved to Dallas. I had a bunch of friends out here that were like, we realize you're going through some stuff, let me help you.
Then, Craig uploaded a video titled, "Why I Left Twitter and You Should Too." In this video, Craig talks about how he is donating a ton of money to charity, probably to try to change the online narrative about himself and make everyone think he's a great, wholesome person. Miniladd probably thought that if he just screamed enough on his stream about how he's donating to the Macmillan Cancer Support and pretty much single-handedly curing cancer, everyone would just forget he was ever accused of being a PDF file. He even then goes on to on the state of Twitter for like 5 minutes straight and makes it seem like he's too good for the internet. He talks about how being on Twitter is beneath him and not worth his time. But no one was fooled. We all know he left Twitter and temporarily YouTube because he was constantly being flamed for abusing his fame and power to talk to underage girls.
Because it's a fucking dumpster fire. I'm trying to figure out my issues. All I care about is my work, the people around me, and my family. Everything else, I don't give a fuck about. As people, we are made to club mammoths and draw some funny art on walls. We're made for the people to care about the people around us, and that's it. What Twitter and social media has done is all of a sudden it makes us care about everybody, because if you see someone in trouble, you're as a human plugged in to make sure that that person's okay. So all of a sudden when you wake up, you are now inundated with hundreds of thousands and millions of people's opinions, and even if you consciously don't care, you subconsciously do. That's the big reason why I left. And your subconscious brain is like, we need to help, but we don't know how. And that just builds up and builds up and builds up to the point where it just...
Craig continued uploading to his YouTube channel and ignoring the outrage until July 2022. Don't get me wrong, Craig did have some diehard fans who continued supporting him throughout this time, but the overwhelming majority of the internet thinks Craig deserves to stay canceled. In July 2022, Miniladd uploaded a video titled, "Why Getting Canceled is the Best Thing to Happen to Me." Miniladd has a pattern of deleting his apology videos and videos that address the allegations against him. So, you guessed it. You won't be able to find this video on his channel today because he deleted it. In this video, Craig says he spent so much time trying to make sure he never lost his career as a YouTuber that he lost his mind and let his career go away in the process. He talks about how he couldn't even take a week break off of YouTube or he would get taken out of the algorithm completely.
Every day I cared so much about proving myself and trying not to make this career go away, that in turn, I lost my mind and I let my career go away. If you take a week off, YouTube kicks you out of the algorithm, you're fucking washed.
I still don't understand how that correlates to being exposed as a pedo was the quote, best thing that's ever happened to you. But let's go on. Then, Craig says he spent so much time wrapped up in his YouTube career that he had no time to grow as a person. No, Craig, just because you have arrested development and believe you are 16 mentally, doesn't mean you can talk to 16-year-old girls and ask us to all be okay with it. Then Craig says that the ultimate reason why this entire thing was the best thing to ever happen to him is because he, quote, finally had time away to not be Miniladd. Now, I didn't know you had to get the entire internet to find out you're a pedo to take a whole vacation off of work. Craig continued uploading meme streams for 2 more months up until August 2022. Then Craig disappeared once again, most likely due to the fact that all of his videos had a crazy amount of dislikes compared to likes, and his views were slowly dying down with each upload. Right before his disappearance, Craig tried to rebrand himself and hide from all the Miniladd hate by creating a new channel called Good News Everyone. Craig would talk about positive current events on this channel, such as YouTubers doing good deeds and animals coming back out of extinction. Ironically, Craig also uploaded a video praising Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul. Craig uploaded only 5 videos to this channel before abandoning it and deleting it. In April 2023, Miniladd took yet another shot at reviving his dead YouTube career and returned. It seems like Miniladd had a more sinister plan this time around because he tried to get back in contact with one of his victims named Hallie right before this return. Craig clearly did this so this time around, he could return by shocking the internet with new information that he had been forgiven by his victims. He probably thought that if he could spread that story around, everyone else would follow suit and forgive him too. But that plan backfired terribly. This is what Hallie had to say when Miniladd tried to force her to help him with his redemption arc. He wanted to hop on a call to make things right, but honestly, I can assume he just wants the heat off of him, since there have been so many jokes of him in videos, which is keeping him from coming back. That being said, knowing his pattern and trusting my gut, he probably wanted to get friendly with me again in hopes I would make a statement that he is bettering himself, and people could believe it if it were coming from me, so he can return to the platform without others flaming him. If he is bettering himself, great, but I really doubt he wants to truly make things right with me, with the amount of trying to make things right with previous friends of his, and it being for his own benefit, and proven so multiple times. My trust will always be completely broken with him, and I will not fall a victim again. Not taking any chance, especially when I don't think it will be genuine. Also, can't just brush aside the fact he made another channel copying another creator for monetization recently. It just seems like he is trying really hard to look like a positive dude. Plus, he deleted the apology videos, so F that guy. Miniladd also messaged Vanoss crew member Nogla around this time. It seems like he was on a campaign to get back in everyone's good graces, and wanted to start with the people who would have the most influence in restoring him back to favor online. If they were to come out and say, listen guys, Miniladd has grown, changed, and should be forgiven. Miniladd couldn't force Hallie to do this, and judging by this next clip, he clearly couldn't force Nogla to do this either. This clip comes from the video Nogla and Terrorizer meme stream number 2.
Recently. That's right. The man, the myth, the lad. He texted me. And it was actually a nice text. So I texted him back after a while. And I was nice. But I was like, bro, you know, it is what it is, bro. You know? Hope life goes well, hope family's well. I texted back. And then I ended the text, P.S.
Oh,
taking
no.
the meme stream.
Oh, no. I already know what he's talking about. Oh, for fuck's sake, bro.
It was nice text,
I leave
bro.
for a second, man.
I just said, hey, bro, hope you're well, hope family's well, taking the meme stream, and
Talk
I
to you
hope you
later.
deleted Snapchat. Like, that's it, dude. It was nice, simple text.
Solid, I think.
So why else do people still hate Craig besides the fact that he deletes all of his apology videos, doesn't think he did anything that wrong, and tries to manipulate his victims and ex-friends into issuing a forced ceasefire? Well, take a look at how Craig responded to being called out on all of his BS during one of his meme streams. In one of the lives, someone donated $3 with the caption, "We won't forget what you've done, Craig," sending and receiving inappropriate text messages from minors, threatening these poor girls to keep them silent, and then played victim. You don't deserve to stay on this platform. This one comment causes Craig to crash out, and he shuts off his camera and yells at the viewer to get their facts straight.
Oh, thanks, Ben. Thanks for the 3. Thanks, Ben. Hang on them? I don't know what you're saying. I'm gonna go.
Oh, by the way, to the person who just donated to me, please get your facts straight. Thank you. I'll be back.
And in September 2023, Craig once again reflected on the controversy on Live. Things quickly took a dark turn with Craig once again deciding to play the victim card. Craig once again crashes on thinking about how people will make videos on what he's saying at this very moment. But he really wanted people to stop making videos about how pedo creators don't deserve a platform. Why would he commit actual crimes by talking to minors and then absolutely refuse to leave the platform? If you don't want people to talk about you victim blaming, playing the victim, deflecting, having no remorse, and trying to make your big return to YouTube, why would you turn on a webcam and proceed to do each and every one of those things for the entire world to see? Craig refuses to quit, but it seems like he's willing to do absolutely anything to get his YouTube career back, except admit he was wrong. Even when he finally admitted he was wrong for a time, he quickly deleted the entire apology video. Craig ends his rant by calling the Vanoss crew members fake friends. In what world would someone want to stay friends with a pedo after they are exposed with irrefutable evidence?
People are gonna hate me no matter what I do. I've learned to accept that. I could say, hey guys, how's it going? And there'll be people out there who will find a way to shit on it. So at this point, does it really matter? Will people make videos on what I'm saying right now? Probably. Do I care? I used to. A lot. Even though the people who I used to call my friends, I think there's videos being like, Vanoss Crew making fun of Miniladd for an hour straight and things like that. But I know that like the guys have used me for content. They've made me ugly in thumbnails. I've been in titles. Oh, we can't talk about him anymore. Well, at least I didn't. Like, I've seen it all. Seen it all, right? Shit fucking hurts. But even after all that, I wish they're all right. I hope I'm well. I really do. And that's not even me being like, I don't even know what the fuck I was trying to say, but like.
Then, on October 16th, 2023, Miniladd uploaded a 3.5-hour long stream called Announcement Day. Just like how Craig acted like he left Twitter because he was too good for it, and everyone on the platform was beneath him, in this stream, he says streaming is starting to interfere with his amazing lucrative side businesses that are so much better than YouTube. He says he doesn't want to keep limiting himself by trying to keep streaming. This is obviously all just a failed attempt to cover up the fact that it's hard to keep streaming when the entire internet is constantly calling you a pedo. Then, in a twisted turn of events, Miniladd calls all the crimes he committed and the fact that he got exposed a drama that happened. In what world is soliciting minors and threatening them to keep quiet a drama? Then once again, Craig starts hyping up his side hustles. Then he doubles down by saying he doesn't believe he's done with YouTube and basically alludes to the fact that he'll be back. The way people feel about Miniladd is pretty clear. If he ever returns, he'll just add more fuel to the fire of hatred for him online. Here are some comments written during Craig's last attempt to return to YouTube at the end of 2023. If Craig makes a comeback in 2025, he's just going to receive this exact backlash once again. I think Craig still posts because he is still living in the past. He doesn't even view his actions as wrong. He views them as an annoyance. He hasn't worked on himself at all over the years because the act of posting videos clearly demonstrates he has done absolutely zero introspection. And no amount of mental health problems will justify what he did. Craig clearly wants it to be 2014 again, where his association with the Vanoss Crew would carry his channel. Ironically, if Craig just left the site, he could just leave everything behind and live the rest of his life normally. People would eventually forget about him, but he keeps coming back and everybody will cyberbully him into leaving again. A lot of his audience are kids still who don't know what happened. He's apparently taken his apology videos and made them private, basically hiding them because people aren't really covering him anymore. And Facebook, I tried to inform his fans on his fan page they were defending him like good little boys, etc. He has too many kids still interested in him, which is the scary part. All it takes now is Snapchat to re-enter the picture. It's 2024, and Craig has still not showed us any proof of personal growth or genuine remorse for his past actions. All he has shown us is entitlement. And even if he does show growth, he still doesn't deserve a platform. As of now, he apparently thinks his crimes are all just meaningless drama. But this has been the never-ending hatred for Miniladd explained. Let me know your thoughts about Miniladd's behavior in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. While you're down there, you might as well subscribe too. And if you want to learn more about this entire situation in depth, check out my last Miniladd video linked in the description down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.